regretted any decision in my life. This is the only one I have.
You might regret
In my head,
too.
you have lied to me. You have made me feel like this girl is a mad
Please let me
person.
finish. Hurry up, girl. You're taking too much time.
But you will let me finish, right?
Where I lost respect for Prince was where I caught him and Lilo kissing at the back of the bus.
Think about it now. Yes, we only had sex once. And that was it.
Hey, Jesus. Wow. Oh my God. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. Once. Wow. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Okelmi and you're on to the Women's Talk Show, and this is the Big Brother Bbnaija reunion 2021 day 6. As you can see, a lot of underlying drama coming up these days. Heated arguments, friendships, betrayals, a lot coming up during this reunion, and today I have a lot to feed you with. So if you are watching my videos for the first time, please do ensure to subscribe, like, share, and also leave a comment down below in the comment section. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you for coming back to watch my video. Let's just get straight into what we have for today.
There was a post on one of her fan page. I was called like a husband snatcher. And all this while, I'm like, what is wrong with her? I remember I asked him to. I'm like, why is this girl making so much fuss about me? Like, what's going on? What's going on with you guys? Oh, let me know for not letting me know. You didn't let me decide whether to be in the Prido, blah blah.
So basically today's episode was about Tolani, Dorathy, and Prince. That's the Tbaj and the Prido. But somehow they found a way to bring Lilo into their mess. But let me just start with Dorathy's explanation, because Ebuka asked her what was happening between her and Prince, and also she explained what happened between her and Tbaj outside the house. So according to her and Prince they've been best friends since the house, although she liked Prince in the house, but they became friends and all of that, and so they've been cool. Prince has been there for her every time, 24 hours. Even when she came out of the house, they've been like together. Prince has been at day one, and she started with the fact that Prince is very manipulative. And so I've been wondering what could have happened between Prince and Dorathy that would make them not even greet each other during the reunion. So this is the reason. According to Dorathy, Tolani Bad's fans, they've been throwing shades at her outside the house. They'll be calling her husband snatcher. They'll be calling her all sorts of names. And even Tolani Bad will be throwing subs at her on social media. And she'll be wondering, what is happening? Why is Tolani Badge making a fuss about me? And why is she not even calling her fans to order? Like, is she trying to say it's true or something? Who have I stolen from her? What could be the problem? And then she asked Prince about it and said, Prince, are you sure there's nothing going on between you and this girl? This one that her fans are insulting me like this. Are you sure there's nothing between you two? And Prince kept on telling her that there was nothing between them. And she was like, okay, since there's nothing between you guys, it's fine. Only for Prince to call her 2 weeks to the reunion to tell her that he and Tolani Badge were intimate once after the house, before she got out of the house. And she's like, are you for real? Are you being serious right now? Why didn't you tell me all this while? You've made me always feel like this Tolani Badge had no reason to insult me. You've always made me feel like this Tolani Badge is a crazy person, she's just obsessed with you. Meanwhile, there's something that gives her the right to be insulting me outside the house because she feels like I took you away from her. And I asked you times without numbers, is this thing true? Are you sure there's nothing between both of you? You told me no. Then why do you feel the need to tell me 2 weeks before the reunion? Meaning that she would either bring it up and you don't want to cause any alarm or something. So that's why you decided to tell me 2 weeks before the reunion. Dorathy was so upset. Why would you tell me 2 weeks before the reunion? That you shouldn't have even told her at all. And so Ebuka asked Dorathy, okay, is that enough reason for you to stop being friends with somebody? I mean, if you say, as you said, if truly you say you guys were just friends, I mean, does that really have to bother you that he was intimate with Tolani Badge at some point? it's just friendship, right? There's no emotions attached. You guys are just friends. He was intimate with Tbaj. It is only when there's emotions that you will feel so pained the way you feel. So are you sure there was nothing between you and Prince at some point? Because, you know, like you said in the house, you had something for him. So are you sure that's not part of the reasons why you're upset with him? Because he was intimate with Tbaj without letting you know. And, you know, she was like, oh, there's nothing between them. She was insisting that there's nothing between them, nothing ever happened between them. But, you know, in friendships like this, she expects loyalty, because I and Prince talk about everything. So she doesn't expect Prince to hide something from her at any point. So she's really upset. That's the main point, because they don't keep things from each other, and so that's why she's upset. Please, guys, are you buying what Dorathy is saying? Because me, I feel like something somehow happened between them, because I don't know, it's deeper than this. There's something more than just friendship. I don't think it's just ordinary friendship that would warrant her to be this upset. At least he even told you. Forget that it's 2 weeks before you. I know she has every right to be upset, but not to the point where she's now not even speaking to him at all. I mean, friendships, arguments happen, things happen, but if I think there's something, emotions have been involved. Probably they've had something to do together, and because she said she felt used, I mean, friendship used, I doubt that. I think there's something happening. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Moving on to what Tbaj had to say.
Did you see how that looked?
It was a way for me to shut them up, that they can't bully me.
But you didn't feel like it would hurt me in the process.
I'm not done speaking, please. Feel how it was going to reach her directly, but I knew that they were going to deliver the message. Them calling your husband snatcher, at the time it was true, because you didn't know what was going on between you.
You're not going to shush me.
Then keep your mouth shut.
I'm not your pet. You're not going to shush me.
Then you're not going to speak to me. I'm speaking to Ebuka, okay?
Were you
Dorathy,
deaf when I said deaf? I continuously asked Prince.
And I said he's the underlying factor. That's what I said. Because I never had a relationship with her in the house. We never spoke. We never did nothing. Energy there was off. I actually thought she was very pretentious. She did a lot of things. I don't care for her, and I don't rate you. Top 5, okay, that's it. And I think you're overhyped.
Yeah, with your free endorsement.
I still want to ask, did you think
if you want to speak to me,
you want to fight?
I actually requested down.
If you want to fight,
no. I'm not fighting. I can't hear her clearly from there.
Okay. It's the fact that these ladies behave like Agberus for me. What's with the pulling of shoe, and what's with Dorathy standing up? Like, I don't understand. Anyways, I've had enough of them. So apparently Tbaj was narrating her experience, or her own part of the story. Recall that when Dorathy was speaking and Tbaj was trying to interfere, Dorathy kept on saying times without number, let me finish. Now it's Tbaj's turn to speak, and then Dorathy is interfering, and Tbaj is returning the same energy, but then she's pained. So I think Dorathy does that a lot. She doesn't like to be interrupted when speaking. Remember when she did that with Anthony? But when she wants to interrupt, she doesn't feel the need to be stopped. Do you understand? But that's that for another day. Let's talk about what exactly is on ground. So according to Tbaj and Prince, after the house, they were trying to work things out. And she was like, okay, they were trying to work things out. They were like, okay, if they go for interviews, they were going to say, oh, we're fine, we're still working things, blah blah blah. And so, you know, she was like, before the all-white party, they were intimate. And, you know, during the all-white party that they had, the last Saturday night party they had during the lockdown show, she said later after the party, she saw Prince and Lilo kissing behind the bus. Like, they were sitting down together. She was at the front, and then she said when she looked back, she saw them kissing, and she was like, what's the meaning of all this? And she was really upset. She had to tell the boss to stop. She got down and she walked on her own. That was when she lost respect for Prince. She also went further to talk about so many things. She talked about how on Dorathy's birthday, her birthday was before Dorathy's birthday, and she talked about how, you know, Prince bought Dorathy flowers. It was being so extra on her birthday, and that before the night of Dorathy's birthday, Prince called her. They spoke for long. He was being romantic on the phone, and then all of a sudden, the next day, boom, she saw him, Dorathy's place, being so Mr. Romantic and all. And like, she's like, what's this guy trying to play here? What's he driving at? Like, this guy is a player, is a dish. She called him names and all of that. But me, I'm wondering, this Tbaj self, she no get shame at all. So apparently, you had something with somebody. I mean, it's just so funny how I just feel like she's obsessed with Prince. That's the word. I mean, it's very clear, it's very glaring that with everything that happened in the house, with the videos you watched, that this boy does not like you. And you still went outside the house and you went intimate with him. That is even excused. I mean, after that, you went further to start carrying rumors about both of you. That you guys are dating. There's a Tbaj. There's this one forcing the relationship. You could see the way she was forcing the relationship in the house. That's the same thing she was doing outside the house, forcing the relationship. This guy had given you a lot of signs that he's not interested in you. What are you waiting for? The fact that she went intimate with Prince is what even made me like lost respect for her, because you seen all the videos in the house. Clearly, this guy doesn't have feelings for you. Still came out of the house. I still went intimate with him. And you think that because you had something intimate with him, it was enough for you to keep him, or it was enough for you to tie him down, or it was enough for you to say both of you had a thing, or both of you are working things out. And then he still kissed Lilo. You seeing that, you said, oh, that was what made you lose respect for him. But then you didn't end it. You still kept on saying you guys were working things out. What are you working? And you were now feeling jealous on Dorathy's birthday. I mean, from that period when he kissed Lilo, shouldn't you be off his matter already? Like, why continue? Why proceed? I mean, it just boils down to the fact that she can't get over Prince, or she didn't get over Prince so easily. Now, Prince had something to say and Lilo had something to say to clear herself out of their whole mess.
I was drunk and he was in the bus and he was like, oh, come feel me. And I actually, he was holding me, so I kissed him. And he's like, oh, you Lilo, stop, you're drunk, don't do that.
Who said that?
Prince. He didn't even actually stopped me. Prince called me. He's like, yo, Lilo, your reunion is coming. Tell him I talk about this. I want to tell Dora. I thought about Tolani before it got to him telling her about me. So, she flew up that. There was already a blog about Dorathy, Lilo, Prince. And I'm just like, I confided in my friend.
So guys, that is how Lilo got herself into this Tbaj Prido mess. Apparently, she explained herself what happened during the all-white party, that she was intoxicated. She didn't even remember what happened. She was drunk, and so she tried to kiss Prince. She was the one that tried to kiss Prince, and Prince stopped her that, no, guy, you are drunk, don't let them say I took advantage of you. So please, like, he held her back. And then there was nothing, and she was like, Tolani Badge was there. She just walked out, and she was like, okay. So after that, it's been long. All of a sudden, Prince calls her and tells her that he wants to tell Dora about it, and she's like wondering, why do you need to tell Dora about it if you guys are just friends? But then it's fine because Dora is our friend too. There's no problem. She was like, no problem, you can tell her. At least nothing happened. Just tell her. And so one day, her and Dora hanged out. They had an hangout together. And apparently, Dora and Prince had not yet told Dorathy, because she was talking to Dorathy about it, and Dorathy talked about the Tolani Badge stuff, and she was like, no, like, didn't he tell you about us, that we kissed in the party and blah blah blah? And she was like, Dorathy was so shocked, and the way Dorathy reacted, it was as if something was going on between her and Prince. And she had asked them countless times that, are you guys dating? And they said no. So why would she flare up that way? She was wondering. And then the next day, before you know it, she's already on a blog. And she's like, why would Dorathy do such a thing? Like, she's already on a blog that, Lilo and Prince, and so many things. And Wathoni even said she was even on that blog. And in my mind, I'm like, why, Dorathy? Something like this happened. You couldn't even call your friend. And next thing, you went to go and put it on a blog. Dora. I mean, she's too extra for me. For a friend, she's too extra. If you said Prince was your friend, and because he kissed Lilo, and he did not tell you, and he was meaning to tell you, and it wasn't that he even kissed her, she kissed him because she was drunk. I mean, you now want to take it to the blog. Guy, Dora is extra. For me, she's too extra. Why? And then you now had to involve Lilo, your friend, and even Wathoni. I don't even know what she said about Wathoni, but then it is what it is. So anyways, that's what Dora did, and that's how Lilo got into this
I
entanglement.
haven't regretted any decision in my life. This is the only one I have.
You might regret too. And I said it first yesterday.
It's funny how to spite me. She has insulted my family members. She has insulted me. She has insulted everybody around me in different occasions. And in interviews, say we're just friends, so that everybody just moves on with their life. You get? I did that. She never did. As I was walking in, Watoni's dad goes, Solani, are you a Prince dating? She could have answered for herself. You were there, right? Yeah. She could have answered for herself. She didn't. She was like, no, we're not dating. And I walked away. And then dating, we're not together. So then I just...
It's the fact that both Prince and Tbaj regret ever being with each other. Wow. Amazing. So apparently Prince is saying his own side of the story, and for real, it's really contradicting. The only part of the story that seems similar is the fact that they were both intimate. The rest contradicts each other. So apparently Prince said when he came out of the house, it was hard for him to forgive her because of the whole new stuff that his family members, a lot of people told him that this girl is not the best for you. Like, she's not loyal, she's this, she's that. But he insisted that he has to talk things out. And even Dorathy encouraged him to hear from her side and talk things out with her. And so he went to meet Tola. He talked about it. Tola explained herself. Erica also explained what she meant and that she was misunderstood and all of that. And then he said, okay, that's fine. That okay, they could just be friends, they could just be talking to each other outside the house and not have anything, he was still like, this girl, she's not that bad after all and all of that. He was still friends with her. But then things happened and they went intimate. They had sex only once, according to him. And after that, he called Tbaj to tell her that, okay, as we're going for interview henceforth, don't be telling people we're together. If they ask us what's going on between us, just tell them that there's nothing really much, or we're trying to work things out and all of that. But Tbaj did not stick to what they said. She would go for interview and be giving them hope about Tbaj, that there's something like Tbaj on her page. She would say Tbaj followers. She's always leading them on like there was actually something going on between them. And then when people ask him, are you not with Tbaj, and he says no, he would always appear as a liar and all of that. And so he was like, in this situation, he was tired, because like his family members were already telling him that, and Tbaj was always very spiteful. Every opportunity she has, she's always trying to drag him into the mud alongside with his friends and with his family. And he also mentioned this Wathoni's book launch stuff and how he wanted to come late because he didn't want to even meet Tbaj, and eventually he came late, but his late was too early. So he met her Wathoni's father met him and was asking him if they were both going out, and he expected her to say no, but she didn't. Guys, are you seeing that Tbaj was or is obsessed with Prince? Because with everything Prince is narrating, and from my own narration gone safe way no even make sense, we could see, although I know Prince has his own fault, because I still said it earlier in my video that once you get intimate with a girl, she would have so much emotion. She would feel like automatically there's something going to happen between the both of you in future, or you still have one or two feelings for her. So maybe probably that's the way Tbaj took it. I felt like okay, they are gradually working things out slowly. And then he explained that with Lilo, he was only trying to be a gentleman. He even stopped her from coming on to him because she was drunk, so people won't say he took advantage of her. And now in Dorathy's situation, him not telling Dorathy, he said he didn't even want to talk about it with Dorathy because it's something that he was trying to forget. But then he was like, okay, let me just tell Dorathy. And he told Dorathy about the whole Tbaj thing, and then she was upset. And he was like, I don't understand. At least I still told you about it. Do you understand? And about the Lilo stuff, he was about to tell her, but was like, we're two grown adults that did something out of mistakes. Let me just forget about it. What's the need to tell her? And all of a sudden, one night, he tried to message Dorathy. He found out he was blocked on WhatsApp, blocked on Instagram, blocked on whole social media, blocked, even Twitter. I could not access her. He even used his brother's number to message her to try to explain things to her. She also blocked his brother, so they've not been able to communicate about that particular situation. I'm like, why all this vex on top person where you talk, say he be your friend? Why you can't they vex like this? It's not that deep. And then regarding the fact that Tbaj said, he bought flowers for Dorathy on her birthday and didn't buy her anything. He said when he asked, he told Tbaj that he's not a very is not a good person when it comes to buying gifts. And when he asked Tbaj that what did she want for her birthday, or what does she want for her birthday, she said she wants 1 million naira. And he's like, where do you want me to see that amount of money? Like 1 million naira. That's what got him upset. Like, how would you say you want 1 million naira for your birthday? That's why he didn't get her anything. And basically, from what I can see, Tbaj accused Prince of buying followers on Instagram. I mean, I don't know how true that is, because Prince denies ever having anything to do on social media platforms that they even used to force him to post. So I don't know who is lying or who is saying the truth. But what I can say is Prince has his fault for leading Tbaj on. Because if you knew you didn't want to have anything to do with her, he wouldn't have gotten intimate with her in the first place. So he led her on, and I feel like Tbaj needs a closure. Do you understand? Because she's still emotionally attached to Prince because of what they had together, and she felt like, okay, they could actually work things out. And so she's all worked up seeing all those whole things happening, and jealous of the fact that he was too close with Dorathy and had Lilo in his palms and all of that. So I think that's the situation. And for Dorathy, I don't know why she's all worked up because your friend didn't tell you he was intimate with somebody and he kissed somebody. I mean, if it's just your friend, I feel like friends argue, friends fight. There's no reason for you to stay upset for too long. I mean, it's something you can settle up, later on. But guys, I just need to know what you think about the whole situationship, the triangle. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now we've come to the end of today's episode. I think we'll be having Erica on the show on Monday, and you don't want to miss that out, so don't go nowhere. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and also leave a comment down below. My name is Okewumi, and this is the Women's Talk Show. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.